Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you guys what I did to study and pass the NCLEX. So this is just what I did. I'm not saying this is foolproof that if you do this, like you're going to pass 100%. This is just what I chose to do, and it just so happened it worked for me. So if you want to know, stay tuned. So the first thing I did was I got rid of all social media on my phone. I'm talking Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. Now with Facebook, I'm in a lot of help groups or support groups or whatever you want to call them for nursing, and everyone was giving, their tips and how they passed the NCLEX and what they did, which is awesome. But what I was doing was I was taking everybody's like tip and idea, and it was just overwhelming and it was too much. So I kind of ended up getting rid of everything, and then I just focused on, like one set of material to study. So the next thing I did was I took off of work. So I didn't work for a good 2.5 weeks, and I basically studied all day, every day. So a study schedule, basically that was my schedule. I know I probably could have went to work and went to work in the morning and then studied in the afternoon, but for me, I just wanted to throw everything at it because I was just over being a CNA. So I was just like, nah, this is just gonna be my life. My life is gonna be like NCLEX basically. So that's basically all I did. So in studying, I only really use two materials. So I use UWorld, which I highly recommend, and I use Mark Klimek, which I also highly recommend. So Mark Klimek, I knew about him from way back when, but I didn't really pay him no attention because I thought that he was for RNs only, until I recently learned that no, he talks to LPNs also. So I was like, oh, okay, so his material is for LPNs too. So when I started to listen to his audios, let me tell you, he's a game changer. I would definitely tell y'all to listen to his lectures. You can easily get his stuff by just Googling him on YouTube, and you'll see all his audios. I can even put the link in my bio from the girl's YouTube page that she put all his audios on there. So definitely check him out, because he breaks everything down and he tells you little tips and tricks. And also UWorld. To me, UWorld is, I know you can't really talk about the NCLEX, but I'm just gonna say I highly recommend UWorld. That's all I'm gonna say is I highly recommend UWorld, and I highly recommend Mark Klimek. I bought the Saunders PM book, and when I tell you, I did 75 questions out of that book, and I probably read maybe 3 pages, and I didn't really like that book. I don't even know why. I mean, I know why I bought it is because someone suggested it, but no, that book wasn't for me. It might help other people, but for me, all I used was UWorld and Mark Klimek, and that basically did it for me. Like I said, I studied every single day for 2.5 weeks. I would wake up, and the first thing I would do is study. So I would listen to his audios, and as I'm listening to his audios, I would take notes. His audios are broken down into different sections, like cardiology, acid base, endocrinology. It's broken down. So I would basically do 2 sections a day, and I would take my notes, and I would put my notes on a big piece of paper, and I would tape it on my wall. So when I'm in my bed, I would literally read those notes and basically recite it to myself. I even would call my friend, and I would teach her. So my friend, she would call me at night, and I would tell her what I learned or whatever. So that's also a great help that teaching somebody is kind of reinforcing. And she's a chiropractor, so she has an idea of what I'm saying, if what I'm saying is completely off the wall, or if what I'm saying is right. But those are the things that I did to study and pass the NCLEX. I had my test scheduled for January at first, but then I was like, nah. You gonna walk into 2021 as a nurse. And you know what? I am walking into 2020 as a nurse. So I bumped up my test date because I didn't want to wait. I wanted to have a new career as soon as I walked into 2021. So I just took off like 2.5 weeks and I studied hard. That's basically what I did. Mark Climac and UWorld. I did, like I said, 2 videos every day. I would listen to 2 audios. I would take my notes. For UWorld, I would mostly do those questions at night when it's like almost like time for bed. I have the app, the UWorld app on my phone. So I would like be in my bed also and I'd be doing like UWorld questions in my bed. So that was that was mostly when I did UWorld, to be real. But yeah, that was everything. The day of my test, I had my test scheduled for 8 a.m. I left my house at like 5 a.m. because I was nervous and I didn't want to be late. So I got there very early and I just basically sat there and I'm basically chilling. I took it before Christmas. So I was listening to Christmas music. I was just chilling. I started at 8 and I ended the test around 9:45. I got 75 questions and I swore up and down that I failed because I felt like I didn't know anything, and I felt like that was way too fast because I didn't see a clock. Like where I was taking the test, I didn't have a time clock to see, okay, so this is the time I ended. It's only the time on the screen. I see it counting down, but I didn't know what time it was. So when I came out, I was like, damn. I was like, it's 9:45. So I was like, okay. So as soon as I got out, the first thing I did was I did that trick that everyone talks about, like going back and like registering and see if it lets you or not. And then I tried it, and then it said like, oh yeah, not oh yeah, it said that our records indicated that you already have a test schedule. So I was like, okay, this is a good pop-up. But then I was like, man, it's too early for this. So then I got on the phone with my brother and I was talking to him, and I'm driving home and I'm talking to him, and then I got home and I was like, it was like 2 hours by the time I got home. So I tried again, and every time I did it, I got the same pop-up saying our records indicate that, you already took a test. So I kept getting a good pop-up, but I didn't want to, get too excited because, that's not, it's not a definite answer. So I took the test on Thursday, Friday. The guy told me that it can take up to 2 weeks to get my test results, but I got it 2 days after I took the test. I got it 2 days after. The way I knew was because I kept going on to Pearson VUE, and it kept saying results not in, results not in. So then I went back in on Saturday actually, and then on Saturday it said status taken, and I was like, you know what, let me go on the Board of Nursing website and see what it say. So then when I went on the Board of Nursing website, the first thing that popped up was my CNA license number and saying that, I have active whatever, and then underneath it had my LPN license number, and it said I was cleared and all that stuff, and I was like, okay, I passed. So then, I went like deeper and deeper, and it showed that I passed the exam and things like that. So yeah, so that's basically everything that I did. That's basically how my day went at the Pearson VUE testing site. And that's something that they need to change, because I don't know why they don't just give you your results as soon as you're done. Because when you take the TEAS test and things like that, they tell you right away like your score. So I don't know why they make you wait, because they know like everybody got high anxiety. They want to know if they pass. So why they doing us like this? I don't even know. But anyway, that's besides the point. But that's basically everything that I did. So if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave it below. I do still have that NCLEX PN book, so if anybody wants it from me because I didn't use it, I can definitely give it to you if you want it. But yeah, that's it for this video. So you guys please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.